when you see someone in need, you can help somebody. You don't even have to know them. You see somebody's furniture on the street, you're able to go and say, let me help you to get your bill caught up so they can put your stuff back into your place. But that kind of love is not available in this world anymore. Because everybody's about themselves. If you're a child of God, we know that you cannot afford to take care of every situation that comes about. But those that you can, you should help. Amen. The person doesn't have to be a child of God. They don't have to be someone you know or a friend of someone you know. They don't have to be a family member. Because family will hurt you more than your enemy. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you keep your eye on your enemy. But you trust your family. Yeah. All family can't be trusted. And because somebody is of your bloodline does not mean that they're your family. You have a spiritual family which is even greater than that. We have a multicultural family. We have people of different races in our family. We have people in our family who were not born into our family, but became part of our family because of the love that we have for one another and our relationship with one another. We become family. And we do the same for each other just as though they were blood family. It's not about what people think. It's about what we know. I can't say Juwan is my nephew because his mother is my niece. He had to be my great-nephew. So he's still my nephew. It just means he's on the next generation. And then his child will be my great-great-nephew or niece. I don't know if that ever happened, hopefully not no time soon. But that's the way that family is. I don't know if I'm ever going to see any grandchildren from the Jesus, but it's okay. No. Either so or not, when it comes to have pictures of the grandfather. We have to teach our children by example, and I say by example, is by the way that we live, the way we do things. Sometimes I wish my mother was still alive, and then she could teach my children the things they do and the things they say. Me and my mother had 8 boys. And trust me, we were in the military for a time, we were raised and brought up. So the time did not play. The things that are said by our children of today, we didn't say to our parents. We didn't do those things. Our parents wasn't having it. And you need to thank God that we didn't do those things because you wouldn't be here. Because we wouldn't have been here. My mother had a sign on her refrigerator that said, children's rights. And underneath of it said, children have no rights. And she lived by that code of ethics. She loved her children, she loved her grandchildren, but she did not play. And she always made sacrifices for us. And that's where we learn to make sacrifices for our children. As though we were grown, we would always come back home whenever there was a problem. Never ever did she ever turn us away. And we try to be like that with our children. And then some of us had children of our own that we brought back home with us. So my mother never turned us away because she was a godly woman. And she knew how to love, even though we would get on her nerves. We weren't perfect children. She had to beat the hell out of us sometimes, but it was okay. We'd rather not get a whipping from her. Because sometimes she didn't know when to stop. You'd be running out the house, around the house. She's running around behind you. Lord, you might well just stay there and take it like a man. But she didn't because she loved you. And you really had to push her in order for her to do it. Certain things we wouldn't say around our mother. And if we had a slip of the tongue, you would think Jesus was standing in front of us by the time we finished apologizing to our mother, because those things used to hurt her. You know, not talking about her, but speaking vulgar out of our mouths in her presence. I think the other times when we did such a thing and we didn't apologize to our mother was if somebody did something to harm our mother by something they said or something they did, it was hell to pay. We just said, Mom, we're sorry you had to see this happen. But people knew you did not mess with Tiny. Between James Mott and her son, wasn't no hope for you. But that's where unconditional love comes in from a parent. We be angry with our children, but we still love our children. Sometimes we have to separate ourselves from our children in order for our children to learn that they have to get themselves together. But none of our children can ever say that no matter what we say, we ain't going to do this or the other, we always are there. For them and their children. So you learn things from your parents. And the good things hopefully stick with you. Everything you learn from your parents may not be good, but it's the things that are good that you implement in your life. When God says that you will prosper, He's not just talking about on the physical realm, having money and cars and houses and, I should have been, checking the scriptures a little bit more. So I thought He was talking about children, and Lord knows, did I prosper? But my thing is this. Prosperity comes from within. Your mindset. The love you give. The way you respect and honor God. When He talks about prosperity, when God blesses you with something, it's not just for you. It's for your family. It's for other people to see how God has moved in your life, and you can use some of your prosperity to help other people. Prosperity starts in the heart and in the mindset. Because first of all, you have to prosper spiritually before you can prosper in the natural realm. A person who doesn't have a lot of wealth, but has God in their life, is a very prosperous person. They have wisdom that they can share with others. Things that they have, they don't mind giving. They don't mind helping. And people say, you don't have much yourself, but you give away what you have. Hey, that's because they have more than you with all your wealth. They have a prosperous spirit upon them, a prosperous heart, a loving heart. Christ made all those sacrifices for us. So He became poor that we could become rich. And what that is saying is that He allowed us to see He didn't have His own land. He didn't have His own house. He didn't have a wife. He didn't have any children. He didn't have pockets full of gold and silver. He didn't have a bedded bag of clothes and food and things in it. He went around the world and He allowed the people who received Him. He fed them. He was a blessing. He performed signs, wonders, and miracles. He healed the sick, raised the dead, cast out evil spirits. He did these wonderful things for people who didn't even care about Him. They came to Him because they knew that He was the Son of God and that He had a power that came from God to be able to help them in their situation. Many didn't even thank him for what he's done. We have to understand that everybody is not going to be grateful for the things that you do to help them, but it doesn't matter. That's where unconditional love comes in. Where God says, pray for your family. Pray for your enemy. You have to pray for your enemy so that God will have mercy on them. If you hate your enemy, what have you done differently than the world? But before you can pray for your enemy, you got to pray for yourself, because if you can't pray for yourself, you're not going to have a mindset to pray for your enemy. And if you pray for your enemy, it's not going to ask God for grace and mercy, or to save their souls, or restore a backslider, or to heal them, or whatever they may stand in need of. You're asking for revenge. You don't need revenge. You need God to help these people, just like you needed God to help you when you were in the world doing your thing. We teach our young people to do crazy things, crazy things. You know, in the book of Deuteronomy, it talks about young people. Say, young people, enjoy your life. Have fun. Do whatever your heart desires you to do while you are young. And they preach that. And the young people just having a hotty-dotty time. But what they don't tell them is at the end of that scripture, it also says, remember, God will judge you for everything you do. So they tell you, be mindful when you're enjoying yourself. Because when your time comes, you're going to pay the piper. If you live the sinful life and your enjoyment all your life, then hey, you know you're not going to go. So you see, we can't preach and teach part of the scripture and leave the most important part out. And the most important part of that scripture is that God will judge you for what you have done. And they need to know that. It does not mean that they're going to be perfect or they're not going to make any mistake. What it means is that you can enjoy your life and not have to worry about being in a world of sin. People give up everything because they say now they are a child of God. They used to go to the movie, they don't go to the movie no more. They used to take their wife out to eat dinner, and they don't take out to eat no more. Why? Because almost everywhere you go serve alcohol, and you don't drink alcohol. So you take it to Burger King or McDonald's or some place like that that don't sell alcohol, and that's supposed to be your evening out. You can still go to the restaurants that you used to go to. You don't have to buy the alcohol or drink the alcohol. Was she worth more to you when you were in the world, or when she wasn't yours than she is now? You used to sing love songs to your wife before you got her. Now you got her. If it ain't just Jesus loves me or something, you ain't gonna sing. When you're intimate with your wife, you're supposed to be intimate with your wife. You can't get intimate with your wife because you study praying. How can you be intimate when Jesus is on your mind? When two people come together, they want to have children, they can't have Jesus in between him and her. You have to understand that the things that God implemented, he implemented for a reason. We know God is everywhere. He sees everything, and certain things are pleasing to him and some things are not. But it's the ones that try to live like they perfect, that try to certify how they so perfect in the world, they're the ones that are imperfect. Because then they bring their thoughts into play. They judge and condemn everything that you do because they're so righteous and holy and you're out of God's will. Who are they to judge you when you do everything you can to serve the God that you know is your God? You're praying wrong. You're fasting wrong. You're doing this and you're doing that. That's just as bad as a blind person sitting in the back of your car trying to tell you how to drive. They can't even see. Oh, you rode past that car mighty fast. Well, how would you know that? That car just passed us. So you got a lot of backseat rider saints. They ride on somebody else. They have a member, they have a church, they have a pastor, but they always can brag on T.D. Jakes or Pueblo Dollar or some big time evangelist pastor, but you never hear him say a kind word about the pastor in the church where they sit. Amen. If your pastor don't mean anything to you, then you need to be at T.D. Jakes church or Pueblo Dollar or one of them big time preachers. That's where you need to be. If you can't respect the man or woman of God that he has placed in your life to be your leader, then you need to find a new leader. That's just like a man, he can always say how nice another man's wife looks, but he can never tell his wife how nice she looks. There's a problem with that picture. When God says that when we do his will and we prosper in the land in which he promised our what? Forefathers. He's talking about Abraham. Now, wherever God places you, if he blesses you with a home on 5 or 10, 15 acres or half acre of land or whatever the case, that is your land that he promised you through womb. The blessings of Abraham. That is your land. And it is blessed, and God said it shall prosper. We have to stay on top of all of these things and not allow ourselves to be misled by the way the world grows or evolves and things of that sort. If we are one people, it means we serve one God. It does not mean that we are all of the same color or race. But we serve the only true and living God. Those of us who are in the body of Christ. People who don't accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, well, that's on them. Don't curse them. Pray for them. Because you didn't always accept him yourself. We have to use wisdom in the things that we do and where we go. How many times have you prayed and asked God for something and you didn't receive it? And you got disappointed and now you're angry with God. Well, did you remember that whatever you asked for got to be in God's will? If it's not going to be good for you, why would he give you anything that's going to destroy you? But then you find that he didn't give you what you asked for, but he gave you something even better. Oh, thank you, Lord. No, too late now. If you ask God for something, don't say, for the Lord to let his will be done. Because when his will is done, you're upset.
Amen.
We have to know who we are as individuals. Your relationship with God is between you and God. When you go before judgment, your brothers and sisters ain't gonna be standing next to you. Your mom and daddy ain't gonna be standing next to you. Your best friend ain't gonna be there with you. You're gonna be there, and you are gonna be accountable for everything you have done. Every choice you have made. You can't say you were misled by anyone, because God's gonna send you someone to give you the right choice to make. You made that choice. We can minister to you day in and day out. But we cannot make you receive the word of God. We cannot make you live the life that God would have you to live. That's between you and God. We can try to lead by example, but it doesn't mean you're going to follow. A lot of people that say they're trying to follow you, the only thing they want to follow is the part that they see in you that doesn't seem to be godly, so they can bring you down, talk about you, criticize you, judge you, talk about you behind your back, and tell other people, oh, they ain't all that because of this or because of that. Oh, they love doing that. But yet and still every Sunday they sitting up there listening to you. Why waste your time? I can't get you into heaven. And if you come against the man or woman of God, you're not going to make it into heaven. If you feel that you have more wisdom than the man or woman God placed in your life, you need to have your own ministry. Yes. I have times when I'm not feeling well, and I might need someone to step up and share a word from God. But I can call each and every one of them. I always make my wife my last choice, because she tries to do so much all the time, and everybody can tell me they're not ready. You're not ready? You're supposed to always be ready. You're supposed to always have a word. There should never be a time that you tell your overseer that you're not ready. Because you're not telling me you're not ready. You're telling God you're not ready. The God was ministering to me this morning. I have to remember, He's the only one I can depend on. Amen. I can't depend on man. Yeah. I'm tired of hearing I'm not ready, I'm not prepared. Why aren't you? If you're praying like you say you pray, if you're studying like you say you're studying, and when you can tell me you got a word from God, but you're not ready, I want to know what's going on. Yeah. What God are you serving? Who are you hearing from?
Preach.
God said for us to always be prepared. Because if you're walking down the street and someone falls and they're having a heart attack or a stroke, you're going to call 911. But in the meanwhile, you ain't even got enough strength to pray.
Amen. Amen. Yes.
You see an accident on the road, and first thing you say, oh my goodness. And you keep on going. It doesn't come to you, Lord, please, whatever. I pray that there's no fatalities. I pray that everybody is okay. You don't say those words out your mouth. But if it were you, you see an ambulance coming down the street or a fire truck and you cut them off. Because you want to make it through the light. But somebody's life is on the line. But if it were you, you'd be upset. If God let you see how they cut them off when they come into your aid. If you're a child of God, be a child of God. Do the things that God asked you to do. It's just crazy. Everybody claims to be a child of God, but you don't live like a child of God. You don't talk like a child of God. You don't act like a child of God. You want people to follow you. You ain't following Christ, so why should they follow you? They can go to hell by themselves. They don't need your help. I can't get you into heaven, and I sure can't send you to hell. But what I can do is give you what God gives me to give you to help you not go to hell. If you know that you're not doing right, why would you judge someone else that you feel is not doing right? A lot of people judge the condemned people and put their business in the street when they're doing the same thing undercover. We have to learn to do things the way God would have us to do. When you talk to someone about something that they're doing, they say, don't judge me, only God can judge me. Well, if you're a liar, you're a liar. I'm not judging you, I'm calling you what you are.
Amen.
If you're a thief, you're a thief. If you're a bank robber, you're a bank robber. What I'm going to say, well, you went to somebody's deposit out of their account without their permission?
Right.
If you're a prostitute, you're a prostitute. Not a lady of the night. You can't be a lady of the night because prostitutes prostitute day and night.
Amen. Amen.
You run around, why you a whoremonger? You're an adulterer. You run around with your husband, what that make you? You disrespect your parents, so therefore your children disrespect you and your parents. You need to keep yourself in check so you can keep them in check. When you discipline your children, they laugh at you in your face, and then you turn around and laugh about it. It was a joke. Until it gets to the point where it ain't cute no more. Our children that are grown, they're already grown. We can't re-raise them, but we're not going to give in to the foolishness. People say, I'm cold and I'm cool because I cut my children off. You don't want to deal with me? I ain't got to deal with you. I got Jesus on my side. Amen. Who you got? If you never talk to me again in life, it's okay. I have children who don't talk to me. Why? Because I may have forgotten their birthday by a day. And they hate me for that. Good God Almighty, what the world? Do you call me on my birthday? It doesn't matter to me if you call me or not. I'm still alive and well. God is taking care of me. Hey, you not speaking to me don't mean nothing. All my life I've been on the outside. And it's because of what God had for my life, He had to separate me from my family. I had to learn as a young child how to survive on my own. It ain't no big deal because God was there all the time. So don't think by you being my child that you no longer speak to me that you hurt me. You ain't hurt me a bit. Oh, I feel so much better because now I don't have to deal with you at all.
Amen.
Your birthday can come and go. Won't make no difference to me. And when I'm dead and gone, you ain't got to talk about me behind my back. Get on Facebook now and talk about me while I'm alive.
Amen.
Feel good about yourself.
Amen.
But you can't do anything to this man. Doesn't matter to me. You can't even pray a curse on me.
Praise him.
You can't even poison my food and expect me to die.
That's it right there.
Because I have my protection. You can say all the negative things about me you want to. Because you're my child does not make no difference.
Amen.
And people say, well, they should know because that's their father. Well, if I was their father, they wouldn't do it. It doesn't matter. You don't know nothing about me. You want to throw me down the gutter or throw me under the bus, well, I can lift the bus up.
Amen.
You talk about things you have no knowledge of. My father didn't do this. My father, you don't know what your father did. All you know is what somebody told you.
Amen. Preach.
And maybe you need to look at your mama because maybe she wasn't doing what she's supposed to do. Did you get yourself together and understand there's more than one side to the story, and the only one that knows the truth is God.
Amen. Watch what you speak.
I'm not going to lose nothing because of you. And when you talk about me and things start going bad, you better say, Lord, what did I do wrong?
Amen.
Because you know why? When God tells me to take my hand off of you, I'm taking my hand off of you.
Amen.
When God says don't even pray about it, I'm not going to pray about it. So don't call me and ask me to pray. Because I'm going to tell you, God says leave it alone, I'm out of it.
Amen.
You're so righteous and so holy. You're so perfect. What God do you serve that you can judge me?
Right.
Or talk about me? What do you know about me that you can call up on me? If somebody say, well, how do you know that? Well, because my mother said it, or because my uncle said it, or because my grandma said it. Always because somebody else said something, but you don't know nothing.
Amen.
Your mother don't like your father no more. She loved him to death when she was laying up under him. But now she don't like him no more. Then you get on that bandwagon and you had your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids by different men. You loved them all too at one time, didn't you? Then all of a sudden all your children upset with their fathers because you wouldn't let your children be around their father. Why? Because the nincompoop you with now don't want you to have their father in their life.
Amen.
And he ain't taking care of you either. So what the hell do he have to do with it?
Amen.
You pay child support for your children all your life. Your children don't know you getting a dime from you because your mama ain't going to tell them nothing. But far as she's concerned, that's her money. Her and that no good bum she laying up with. But that's the way it is. Then we do have fathers that don't care about their children. Yes, we do. I'm not letting them off the hook. There are many. There are many men who have many children, and none of the children know who the hell their father is.
Because of the father of the mama.
We made choices. Man will knock a woman up and he's gone. He might even go to another country. Soon as he gets caught, first they come out of his mouth, it ain't mine. And women so stupid when the person representing them say, okay, we're going to do a DNA. No, we ain't got to. Just you do got to go through that. That child needs to know who their father is, whether he's worth anything or not. Let that man know he ain't getting away with nothing for free. You don't pay the child support. But there are many times when men are giving child support to the woman and we do it stupidly, and I've done that. Give the money directly to the woman, give them cash. Then they take their butt to court. Child 17, 18 years old now, part of the judge can say, you ain't never gave up a dime, you ain't got no records or nothing. And what them women do, they sock it to you. They'll claim hardship, and if you got one of them mean judges, he gonna make you pay child support from the time the child was born all the way up. You be so far in the weeds, you might as well go there and let somebody kill you so they can get the life insurance. But these are just some of the things in the world. This is the way the world operates. And when people see you down, they want to keep you down.
Yes.
You can't be blessed unless you're doing something evil. So, we have to learn obedience to the will of God and the word of God. God said, honor thy mother and thy father. He's not talking about just those that were your biological parents, but those that God has placed in your life as well. You don't teach your children how to love their mother, how to hate their mother or father. You teach them how to love them and to forgive them.
Amen.
And to continue going on with their life. Because your father wasn't worth crap or your mother wasn't worth crap doesn't mean that you have to be worthless.
Amen.
But when they put that hatred in you, it makes you a terrible person because now you hate a person and you really don't even have justification in hating them.
Amen.
God is going to tell you, wake up. If you are a man or woman of God, whether you hold a license or don't hold a license, when it's time for you to minister to somebody, you should have something to say. And if you do hold a license under any organization and you're called upon to give a word, the only thing that come out of your mouth is, I got you. You never say, I'm not ready. Oh, I got to see what I can do. Oh, no, that don't work. But from now on, when I ask somebody to give a word, they tell me they got to see what they can do, then I can tell them this. You can just see your way to give me that license back.
Amen. Amen.
Because if you're no good to God, you're no good to me.
Yes.
If you can't respect God enough, you always have something, then who am I? And because I asked you to give a word doesn't mean I don't feel like it. Or that I'm sick. It's just sometimes I would like to be ministered to myself.
Amen. Amen.
So I just want to leave you with those things. And I want to tell everybody, I don't care if you're 99 years old or if your mother, father's still alive. Hey, respect them.
Amen.
By what you do, by what you say, about how you live. Don't talk about them behind their back. Don't lie on them. Don't lie to them. Don't cheat them. Don't misuse them. Don't turn your children against them. Don't let your children disrespect them. And don't let them disrespect you.
Yes.
Because when you disrespect your parents in front of your friends, you think your friends are going to respect them? I don't think so. And you know what they do? I would never talk about my mother and father like so-and-so talk about their mother and father. And they might not even be saved. Then I will make you question yourself. Are you saved? So I just want to leave you with this little advice. I know I gave you a lot. But a lot have to be given sometime. Correction needs to be given, direction needs to be given. And I not only gave you correction, I told you how to correct those things because you need to make a change. You need to renew your mind. If you stay in the Word of God, it's hard to get out of it. If you love God the way you say you love Him, it seems like it would be kind of difficult to disrespect Him all the time. Though you say, I don't disrespect God, I disrespect other people. Well, God said, if you do it to the least of the people, you've done it unto me. Huh. So I just want to leave you with these few words. Get your life together with Christ. No matter what people say about you, don't conform to that which they spoke. You continue to do what you know is right. You continue to serve God the way you know you should serve Him and to love Him and respect Him in the things that you do. Don't try to be perfect. Just do the best you can to stay on the right track. When you try to be perfect, you make mistakes because now you're trying to second guess God.
Amen.
People say, well, what would Jesus do? Well, if they knew what Jesus would do, they wouldn't ask that question, would they?
Nope.
So I just want to share that with you. For all you leaders out there, all of you who are going to become leaders, all of you who will be followers all of your life, make sure you know who you're following.
Amen.
Your children, listen. Bring your children up the way they should go. Teach them to respect everyone. But I want to tell you, stay prayed up. And make sure you always pray for yourself every day, because if you can't pray for yourself, what good are you trying to pray for someone else?
Amen.
And sometimes it's hard to forgive people for things they've done to you. But you need to listen to this. When you say it's so hard to forgive them for what they did, think about what you did to somebody else.
Amen.
So I just want to leave you with that and ask God to work with each and every one of you who were able to hear the message on this morning. And I pray that the message was a blessing to you, because it was a blessing to myself, because it was talking to me as well. And I just want everybody to stay encouraged, and no matter what, remember who you are, who you belong to, who gave their life for you, the price that was paid for you to even be alive right now at this moment. So I just want you to know that and be encouraged. And God bless you.
Amen.